So hello everyone, my name is Horacio and I'm going to explain or trying to explain what are the difference between React and React Native. With that, let's just get into it. So I have a little presentation here that I'm gonna follow. Let's see, I'm gonna try to do my best to do it short. So React Native, I'm gonna focus more into talk about React Native because I think React is more well known. So while I'm explaining things about React Native, I'm gonna just also mention things about React that are different. So here it is. So the first thing, React Native is a framework for building native mobile apps using JavaScript. It's not only about iOS or Android. It's about mobile development. So also you can target, I think, Windows. You can target like other different platforms, or mainly what people are using React Native for is for iOS and Android. So you can target your native iOS and native Android applications, develop that via React Native with React Native. So in React Native, there's no DOM, and actually React is all about the DOM. So React is a library to build UI interfaces in a declarative way. Also, React Native you can build UI interfaces in a declarative way, but it's not a library, it's a framework. So the main difference between library and framework is that library, you can use React is just a JavaScript library. It's just a simple JS file that you can include in your page, and you can use it right away. You don't need like a special tool or a special ecosystem to work with React. Of course, there's this React ecosystem that you can use with Webpack, style components, Apollo client, GraphQL, like all those things are like packaged with React right now. Every time you hear about React, you also hear about all the other those technologies, but that doesn't mean that React needs those technologies, need those tools. React can work by itself. Actually, if you can use React like jQuery. React Native is not. So with React Native, you need a certain amount of certain tools in order to build and create your React Native applications, your mobile applications. So React Native is just transpile your code from JavaScript to native components. They have this phrase that it says learn once, write anywhere, and actually it's true. You write React, but you can target like Android, iPhone, tablets, Windows, like whatever. So if you know React and you are actually using React for your web applications, you can easily just turn those components into something that you can share between two different two different targets, and that's pretty cool. 80, 90%, 95%, well, more 80, 85% of the code is reused. Actually, you can use all these libraries like Redux, style components in React Native, and it works perfectly fine. Also, really important, is open source. You can contribute to React Native and to all the tools that are around it. And also, they use a lot this keyword called bridge. So I'm gonna explain really briefly what is the bridge. React Native has two threads. The main thread that is the actual UI thread in your mobile phone, and you have the JavaScript thread that is running all your React code. And so React Native enables this bridge in order for the React thread to talk with the native thread and send events, send all the events that the main thread needs in order to render and display your application. So if you want to know more about the thread, the bridge, you can go to the React Native documentation. It's it will explain better than I am doing it right now. So also really important, who's using React Native right now? Well, one sec now. Who's using React Native right now? So this big companies right here, Facebook, they're actually using React Native in the whole marketplace page. The whole marketplace tab in the Facebook app is built entirely in React Native. Skype is using the Instagram also, like they are Facebook. Walmart is using React Native, and also SoundCloud, Wix, Microsoft, well, you name it. Like big companies are using React Native, so you can do it too. Maybe there are more now, and I don't know. If you know more, just let me know. So let's just, I think this is a pretty good comparison between the components that you will use in React Native and the components that you use in React. So you see that in React you have the HTML, you have the DOM, so you have components like div, p, input, the a tag, and the button. And React Native, the comparison component that you can use is for div is a view, is just a box. P is a text. Input, you have the text input, and the a tag you have a touchable, because in mobile, you touch, you don't click. So you have a lot of touchable components inside React Native. And the button, of course, you have the button, but then you can create your own buttons with all these touchable components. So this is a good comparison, I guess. Also, React Native comes with some core components, some that I just mentioned: view, text input, text. Scroll view is really important also. In React, the browser scrolls by default, but in React Native you need to explicitly say which components or which part of your application can be scrollable. So that's why you have this scroll view component that extends from view, and well, not extends, it uses the view internally and let you scroll your content. So, and also in React Native you have some utilities in order to be more specific or get some input or information from the mobile phone. So like style sheet let you use CSS like syntax to style your components. You also have the platform that I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. A dimension, you guessed it, is to get the dimensions of the device, so you can set width and heights in your components. Animated is a library that helps you to animate things or do transitions in your components in your mobile app. And also async storage is the same API as local storage, but it uses another internal way to store data in your phone. So, and many more. There are a lot of them, so you can check out in the documentation. So here you see it's a really simple example of a component built in React on your left and in React Native on your right. You see that mainly the difference is the components that you use to create this little component. You see that you, instead of using div in the React world, you're using view, and also the text. Instead of p, you're using the text component because you cannot render text everywhere, like as opposed in React in the browser you can render a text inside a div. Here in React Native it's not possible. You need to wrap every text or whatever text that you want to render inside this text component. So yeah, also there's no like headings. You need to create yours with styling, but it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So yeah, and also like as I said before, the platform module, the platform utility that you have in React Native let you do something like you can see there. You can, depending on the platform that it's targeted, you can change part of your code and change part of your components in order to make it more seamless to the platform that you are targeting to. So of course, if you do platform.select and you define that the iOS has this text, of course you don't want that in the Android. So that's why you have this this differentiation, and then you can just use the same code for both platforms or any platform that you are targeting. Also, good next thing that I want to mention is that you can also target to the web. So you can, thanks to one module called reactNative Web, you can target the DOM also using the React Native components, and it's pretty handy. So that helps you a lot to share code between all your platforms, and that's great. So also there is some tooling that you use in React Native and React. So I have a little comparison here. So React, you use JavaScript to write your applications. Also in React Native, it's React also. So in React you target the browser. In React Native you can target mobile phones, and also to run your application and simulators. To bundle your application, you can use Webpack in React, and here in React Native you use the Metro bundler, or maybe Haul. Actually, Haul is a technology around Webpack that let you bundle your React Native applications. Haul was built by the guys from ColdStack. They're one of the core contributors of React Native, and they're great. For debugging, you have in React Chrome DevTools. I think you all know this. Also React Native, you can enable the Chrome DevTools. You have the React Native Chrome DevTools. So to test your React applications in the browser, you can use React. You can use Code Sandbox. It's amazing. And in React Native, you have this tool called Snack. That if you go snack.io, I guess is I'm gonna link it in the description. Let you write React Native applications using this framework, this technology called Expo. And also that Expo is like a set of tools on top of React Native that helps you a lot with all the publishing and all the setup that you need to do in order to build React Native applications. Essentially it's like Create React app for React, but for React Native. Also you have Gatsby that helps you, like it's a framework. I think Gatsby is a framework that helps you create performant React applications. That's the same with Expo. Also Ignite is another approach on this type of frameworks on top of React Native. And Ignite is built by the guys from Infinite Red. They're also awesome guys. They are contributors to React Native, and they're really approachable. So if you have any questions, you can ask them. The guys from ColdStack, Infinite Red, also Expo. The Expo team is amazing, and also many others that you can. There's a lot of tooling around JavaScript and React Native. So you can imagine how much things you can get from it. And that's it. Hope this video helps you to understand a little bit what are the differences. And yeah, if you have any questions, please ask in the comments. Send me a message in Twitter, whatever. And also I want to show you, I want to make a little announcement here. Well, I didn't say this, but I'm part of the ReactJS Academy team. I'm doing trainings and teaching a lot of companies, a lot of individuals around whole Europe. And we're gonna have this part-time, if you're interested in React, we're having this part-time training in Barcelona, in Amsterdam. Also, we have the bootcamp that it's gonna be, the next one is gonna be in London, and then the next one after is gonna be in Lisbon, and it's just 1 week full React. and the whole ecosystem of React, Redux, GraphQL, server-side rendering, like pretty advanced patterns of React. A lot of it's pretty intense. If you are into, you want to level up your knowledge, I really recommend this. And also, we are going to run the React Native training in React Amsterdam 2019. Yay! And here, as you can see, we are gonna be doing this training here, the React Native foundation. So we're gonna talk about a little bit of what you saw here. We're gonna talk about navigation, because navigation is a little different in React and React Native. And also we're gonna talk about animations. That is pretty cool. That also it's a you need another APIs, and it's really different than CSS animations or JavaScript animations that you do in the DOM in ReactJS. So you see here, we're here. Woo, good looking guys, Alex and me. We're gonna run this training alongside Kenzie Dodds, Max Stoiber, Andre, like those amazing guys, and us. So please check that out. Come say hi if you're going to the training, and yeah. If you have any other questions, please ask in the comments. Thank you and have a good day.